Good morning, friends. I am Shwetali teacher. Welcome to KB Banda English Medium School online class. Today we are going to learn History and Civics Standard 7. Lesson number 2. India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. We shall learn about the various ruling power in India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj in this lesson. Various ruling power existed in India during that period. Raja Raj I and the Rajendra I belonging to the Chol dynasties in Tamil Nadu where the imitate the rulers. The Chols conquered the Maldives island and Sri Lanka using their naval strength. See students, King Krishna Dev Rai. First one is King Krishna Dev Rai. Krishna Dev Rai extended the throne of the Vijayanagara in 1509 CE. Here CE means Christ era. He conquered the Vijayawada and Rajahmundry and annexed the regions to his kingdom. He defeated the combined forces of the remains of the Sultan, who has the united under the leaderships of the Bahmani Sultan Muhammad Shah. During Krishna Deva Rai's reigns, the kingdom of Vijayanagara existed from Chautik in the east up to the Goa in the west, and from the Raichur Dhob in the north up to the Indian Ocean in the south. He died in 1530 CE. Krishna Dev Rai was a soldier. He wrote Mukhadamalyada, a Telugu compendium of the politely. He declines of the Vijayanagar kingdom begins with the death of the Krishna Dev Rai in 1565 CE at Talikot in the present state of Karnataka. There was the battle between the Adil Shah, Nizam Shah, Qutub Shah, Burid Shah on one of side of the Vijayanagara. On the other side of the Vijayanagara was defected. Therefore, the dominance of the Vijayanagar come to an end. Muhammad Gawan. Muhammad Gawan was the chief wazir of the Bahmani kingdom. He was the good administrator. He strengthened the Bahmani kingdom to he started the paying the soldier there. The soldier is such the instead of through a lord great. He brought a disciplines in the army. After the death of Muhammad Gawan, functionism increased among the Bahmani Sardars. The conflict with the Vijayanagara kingdom had a adverse effect on Bahmani kingdom. Mughal power. In the 1526 CE, the Sultanate of Delhi comes to an end. Mughal power was established there. Babur was the founder of Mughal power. He was the king of Fargana in Central Asia in today's Kutu. He had heard of the wealth in India, so he planned as infinite of the India. After the battle of Panipat, Rana Sanga of Mewad brought all the Rajput kings together. There was a battle between the Babur and Rana Sanga at Khanua. Babur's artillery and received force played a key role in the Battle of Rana Sanga. Armies was defeated. Babur died in 1530 CE. Next one is Maharana Pratap. After the death of Uday Singh, Maharana Pratap acceded the throne of the Mewar. He continued the struggle for a Mewad's existence. Till the very end, he struggled with the Akbar to maintain his independence. He has become immortal in history due to the qualities of valor, self-respect, sufficiency, etc. Now, Chand Bibi. Look at this picture. The Mughals attacked Ahmednagar, the capital of Nizam Shah kingdom, in 1595 CE. The Mughal army put the fort of Ahmednagar under assault. Chand Bibi, the capable daughter of Hussein Nizam Shah Ahmednagar, bravely defended the fort. At this time, there was an internal strife among the factions of the Sardar in Nizam Shah kingdom. Later, the Mughal captured the fort of Ahmednagar, but the Mughals could not bring the entire kingdom of Nizam Shah under their control. Next one is Rani Durgavati. Gondwana can broadly be said to compare the eastern part of the Vidarbha, part of Madhya Pradesh, to its north, the western part of today's Chhattisgarh, north part of the Andhra Pradesh, and the western part of the Odisha. Durgavati, born in the dynasty Chandal Rajput, becomes the queen of Gondwana. When she was married, she was the excellent administrator. The struggle of Gondwana Queen Durgavati against the Mughal is the important in a medieval history. After her husband's death, Durgavati leads down her a life well fight against the Akbar, but she did not surrender. Now next, Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb became the emperor in 1658 CE. At this time, the Mughal empire extended from the Kashmir in the north up to the Ahmednagar in the south, from the Kabul in the west up Bengal in the east. To his Aurangzeb added the Assam in the east and the region of Adil Shah of Bijapur in the south and Qutub Shah in the Golconda. After he ended these kingdoms, conflict with the Ahams. In the 30th century CE, the peoples of the Shan community settled down in the valley in the river of Brahmaputra. They established their kingdom there. They were locally known as the Ahams peoples. While Aurangzeb ruled, the Ahams had a prolonged struggles with the Mughals. The Mughals attacked the Ahom's regions. The Ahom, until under the leaderships of the Gandharshian commanders, located a Prabhukan, given as the instant battle against the Mughals. Conflict with the Shikhs. The ninth Guru of the Sikhs, Guru Tungabhadra, protected the struggle against the Aurangzeb policy of the religious intolerance. Aurangzeb impressed him and beheaded him in 1676 C. After him, the Guru Govind Singh became the Guru of the Sikhs. Guru Govind Singh organized his the followers and increased their material script. He organized the Sikhs youths into the fighting of the force called the Khalsa Dal. There's the headquarters where all the Anandpur. Aurangzeb sent his the army to fight the Sikhs. His army attacked the Anandpur, although the Sikhs fight the forcefully. They did not succeed. After that, Guru Govind Singh came to the Deccan in 1708 C. There was an attack on his life when he was the Nanded. Soon after, the Guru succeeded to his the wooden conflict with the Rajput and Akbar. Akbar had the secured the cooperation of the Rajput with his policy of the amicable relation. Aurangzeb could not obtain the operations of the Rajput. After the death of the Rana Jaswant Singh of the Marwad, Aurangzeb annexes his kingdom to the Mughal Empire. Conflict with the Maratha. In the Marathas, Swaraj was established under the leadership of the Shivaji Maharaj. In his the efforts of the established the Swaraj, Shivaji Maharaj had to fight the Mughals too, along with the other enemies. Aurangzeb came down to be a Deccan after the death of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj with the intention of the conquering the whole of the South India, but the Marathas afraid stiff resistance to the Aurangzeb and defeated their the independence. We shall study these struggles later on. Thank you, students.